Good morning. The official holiday road toll now stands at 5 after a 30-year-old man died in Waikato Hospital after rolling his car on State Highway 1 between Ngaruawahia and Taupiri. The incident happened around 1:30 this morning and diversions are currently in place. Meanwhile, 4 people died yesterday, the first day of the official period for the holiday road toll. 2 people died on the East Cape near Tiki Tiki after a 4-wheel drive hit a pole. A motorist was killed on the Napier-Hastings Highway and a man is dead after a crash in Huntly. The official holiday road toll period runs until 5th of January. Tragedy has struck the family of former All Black Graham Thorne for a second time. Thorne's oldest son Bruce has been killed in a car crash in South Africa. Another son, David, was severely injured 3 years ago when a rugby tackle went wrong. Bruce Thorne lived most of his life in South Africa, held a law degree and became a junior Springbok. He was killed at Kroonstad, about 200 kilometres south of Johannesburg. Police now say they have caught a second man believed to be involved in the shooting of a South Auckland police officer. Constable Jeremy Snow remains in intensive care at Auckland's Middlemore Hospital after being shot in the chest, arm and legs on Tuesday. He's due for more surgery sometime today. One man's already been charged with attempted murder in connection with the case. Hundreds of dumped cats and kittens at the Auckland SPCA have been looking for new homes for this festive season. And since the TVNZ story earlier this week, the number of adoptions has doubled, with more than 120 felines finding new homes in time for Christmas. The SPCA's Sarah Fuller told TVNZ's News at 8 what to do if you can't handle a new pet.
Get in contact with somebody, get in contact with the SPCA. If you need help potentially getting your animal D6, you're welcome to ring up for advice. If your animal is injured, you're also welcome to ring up for advice. If you do have a local vet, do utilise them. A lot of them are cheap and are very, very friendly people.
Overseas now, and the US Senate has approved sweeping health overhaul legislation, a landmark moment for Presidents Obama and White House-led efforts to expand insurance coverage to more than 30 million Americans.
The yeas are 60, the nays are 39. H.R. 3590 as amended, the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act is passed.
The bill approved by a 60 to 39 vote delivers on a long-promised Democratic goal of extending coverage to nearly every American.
Affording to live a healthy life isn't about politics or partisanship or polling. Mr. President, it's about people. It's about life and death in America. It's a question of morality, of right and wrong. It's about human suffering. And given the chance to relieve this suffering, we must take this chance and deliver on a promise the American people have deserved for 6.5 decades.
The vote was a victory for President Barack Obama, who made the issue his top priority, despite lingering divisions among Democrats and the fierce opposition of Republicans. In Iraq, a spate of bomb attacks has left at least 26 people dead, most of them Shia pilgrims, prompting fears of further sectarian attacks as Shia Islam's most important occasion approaches Ashura. 2 blasts targeting Shia pilgrims in the central Iraqi town of Hilar killed at least 13 people and injured a further 74. In Sarir City, a predominantly Shia district in the capital, Baghdad, a bomb targeting a funeral procession killed 9 and wounded 33 others. And while millions around the world are celebrating Christmas, for many others the festive season is a time to remember one of the world's biggest natural disasters. It's nearly 5 years since the Boxing Day tsunami, where an estimated 230,000 people perished in the Indian Ocean. In Thailand, reminders of the devastating event remain, but along the country's worst-hit west coast, locals are trying to move on. The ABC's Ella Kellen reports from Phuket.
When the tsunami crashed into Thailand's west coast on Boxing Day 5 years ago, Phang Nga province was the country's hardest hit area. The memories are still raw for Wadapa and Sangwon Atkla. Their 2 daughters, aged 6 and 10, were swept away in the waves. It hurts, she says. When it gets near December, I start to feel lonely. It is a desperate feeling. 5 years on, life is getting back on track thanks to a new son. His name is Fluke because his parents were told they couldn't have any more children. Like many Thais who survived the tsunami but lost their homes, the Atkla family live in basic housing provided by the millions of dollars in foreign aid that flowed after the disaster. Villages were rebuilt in higher areas, but it hasn't always led to a better quality of life.
There were no bedrooms, nothing, no feeling of home. Some people in the community were moved far away from each other.
Other reminders linger. This police boat washed inland at the devastated town of Khao Lak is being turned into a memorial. Phuket's Patong Beach is much as it was this time 5 years ago, right before the tsunami hit. Candlelight vigils will be held along Thailand's west coast on Boxing Day, but the Adkla family will spend the day at the local temple, giving thanks for the blessings life has brought them after so much was taken away.
Back here now, and a Gisborne family is celebrating a very special early Christmas present, delivered not by Santa, but a grandmother in the car. Little Grace Sterling Makoni was born in the front seat of her mum Tina's car, with Grandma acting as midwife. Tina had just got into her car to drive to the hospital after waking with labour pains, but her daughter came faster than expected.
We're blessed that nothing went wrong, really. It all went quite good. It was cold and my hands were freezing. Poor baby.
Luckily, Denise has had previous experience. She delivered Tina's other daughter, Minaya, 3 years ago. In entertainment news, Hollywood actress Susan Sarandon and her long-term partner Tim Robbins have split after 23 years together. Sarandon was in New Zealand recently for the launch of the Peter Jackson movie, The Lovely Bones, and she and Robbins were known as one of the entertainment industry's most enduring couples. In sport, there's been some good news for the golfing community in New Zealand. The Queen has issued a warrant to the Auckland Golf Club, giving it royal status. The Middlemore course joins Wellington as the only other New Zealand club entitled to use the moniker. From now on, it becomes the Royal Auckland Golf Club and is just the 63rd member in this exclusive group. And now to the weather forecast for your part of the country. And finally this hour, if you're just about to switch off your Christmas light display this morning, this house in Poland might give you some inspiration for next year. They've covered their home and garden in 50,000 lights. The Dusenkos spent 2 months putting the lights up and have won a number of competitions. The house is a popular tour bus destination, and even the garden shed has been given the festive touch. And that is the latest news, sport and weather here on TVNZ 7. Up next, it's the best of NZI Business and Breakfast. Have a Merry Christmas.